Howdy, everybody, and welcome to whatever the fuck this is supposed to be. So, yeah. Sincerest apologies. I'll admit, okay. So here's the thing. I intended to take like a week off, just a simple week break from all the recording and the editing and the gameplay and all that stuff. That was my intended goal. So, when I received a notification last night that I lost a subscriber... Alright. Sorry about that. Unexpected interruption. Okay, so I noticed I lost a subscriber, and I was a little surprised by that, but when I went to check it, I looked at my content, and I realized that a lot longer than a week has passed. It's been like a month since my last upload, damn near. Yeah, so I really fucked that up. Sorry about that. I did not mean to fall off the face of the planet. I do fully intend on continuing work on my channel. I just have been kind of all over the place. For example, welcome to Moxfield. This is a nifty little website where you can publicly record your Magic the Gathering collection. No, you will not find me on here. I am unlisted. Only my friends can find me. But, despite all that, yeah, okay. So despite all of that, I am working on documenting all of the cards in my collection. Why is this relevant? Well, okay, so essentially, like last week, I want to say, about a week ago, I was telling my stepfather that I wanted my channel to cover all games, not just video games. But board games, card games, MMOs, RPGs, maybe a little D&D here and there, that sort of stuff. And I guess now you could kind of say this video is me eating my words, just a bit. I had absolutely no intentions of ever recording this. I don't know. I realized it's been almost a month since I last recorded something, so I figured I would just record myself completing my collection on here. I have like 3 fat stacks of cards just sitting here next to me that I never inputted on here in my collection. And before you ask, no, this is not a sponsor. Not sponsored at all, so don't ask. Yeah, so another nifty program on here is that you can apparently test play your decks. So I might do that. So yeah, I might end up test playing my deck on here just to see what it's like. I haven't attempted that program at all since starting my account on here. As of right now, I'm really just completing my collection. I'm sorry if this is boring to you, but like I said, I had absolutely zero intentions of ever actually doing this. I really thought I was just gonna keep my Magic the Gathering stuff to myself, but I didn't know what else to do. I remember I used to collect these cards back in grade school, but I didn't collect them to play them. I collected them because I fell in love with the artwork. Because that's just one of the things that I loved the most about Magic the Gathering. Each individual card had a unique piece of artwork, and at the bottom of the cards, it gives credit to the artists. That's just a really nice thing that I love about this game. Um... Now I gotta figure out 263. This one? Oh, hey, yeah. Alright. Oh, I got two of them now. Okay. So... yeah, I don't really know what to say or do in this video. It wasn't planned, I have no script. Yeah, it's these awkward moments that I live for, I guess. Is this the guy? I think it is. I don't really know much about the game. I know that when I did start playing it way back in the day, the first deck I ever used was it was like a starter deck, but it introduced a couple of variants into the game that apparently were brand new at the time, or at the very least, I think they were trying to like restart. I don't really remember what they're called. It's like Eldrazi or something like that. A species of monster in the game that represents, like, draining life out of everything else. Or, no, not life. More like draining, like magic, I guess? It makes things crumble to dust. That's all I knew about it, and that was enough to fascinate me. So that's why I got into the playing aspect of the game, initially. Eventually I gave up because the game's too complicated for my pea-sized brain. And I just kind of started collecting them for fun again, because I love the artwork. But apparently, like, I want to say last month, maybe, my step-parent, got me involved with some sort of, like, weekly program thing, where every week we would go out to the furthest away, most expensive mall, like every Friday or so, and we would get together and play this game with a bunch of other people. So yeah, we've been doing that for the past, I don't know, like 3-4 weeks now. It's fun. Everything's nice. Still wish I had the mental ability to actually understand the game and what I'm doing. It seems like every time I try to actually get into it, I just forget some important aspect of the game that was already explained to me multiple times, and I just can't seem to wrap my ADHD-ridden brain over it. In the meantime, the game recently released a variant called Bloomborough. Really interesting concept. They're all animals. It's like Peter Rabbit meets, D&D, and it's hilarious. I love it. I especially love how the game gave personas to some of the more important characters of the game. I'll show you that in a bit. I mean, I guess you could just look it up yourself, or if you already know the game, then you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'll definitely show that off in a minute. It's really fucked up. Oh, did they go to war? Okay. Another thing that I really love about this game is that if you pay close attention to the artworks, they, like, tell a story. I'm not sure if that was the creator's idea, or if they did that by accident. Either way, it's hilarious and beautiful, and I love it. I, no joke, would spend thousands of dollars on, like, posters or prints or printouts of each of the Bloomborough artwork pieces. Ugh. God, it's so unbearably warm in here. I have to turn off my fan just so, I can be heard on these recordings. Every other time the fan is constantly on, but, not now, because it messes up with the quality of the microphone. Nice. I'm not even sure how long I can actually record with this new mic, because I haven't tested, like, its, what do you call it? Well, it'd be easier if I actually knew what the fuck is wrong with my microphones. So, a nasty little issue that I've noticed cropping up here and there from time to time is that sometimes I'll have the microphone on, I'll have the recording up, but the longer I go without a break, the more, like, robotic my voice starts to sound. Almost like the duration of the microphone itself is being stretched out too thin. I don't really understand what that is or why that happens, though. I've tried looking it up, but I don't know the terminology for it, so... yeah, there's that. Oh, yeah, another nifty little thing about this thing. It tells you how many cards are in your collection, and it splits them up into the 4 card groups: commons, uncommons, rares, and mythics. And it also tells you the overall amount worth that your collection is. Which is really nice, honestly. Being a collector of the game, I love knowing how much, like, financially my collection is. Almost 1,000. That's actually really reassuring. It's so petty. My step-parent, he, like a few weeks ago, he rubbed it in my face that his collection was already worth like over $1,000, and I don't know, like that settled wrong with me. I didn't like it. So here's hoping I can surpass that shit. Just so he'll stop boasting. Yeah, okay. This has gotten off the rails a lot. But, to be fair, in order to get off the rails, there has to be rails in the first place. So, how are you all doing? I'm a complete scatterbrained mess, because, as I said before, I wasn't really planning out this video at all. I had no intentions of making it. I was honestly quite content with just not doing anything. And by the time I realized that I'd been slacking too much, I lost someone. So this is more along the lines of me just giving my channel filler. I mean, if you enjoy actually listening to me rant, then, I mean, I'm not gonna stop you from listening to this. I'm just letting you know right now that, it's gonna be a while until I, actually try doing anything interesting. I mean, you might be interested in my collection, I don't know. I put a lot of time and dedication into making sure that everything is exactly correct. Not only that everything is spelled out correctly, but that everything is properly categorized. I was very surprised to find out that the value of the card can change depending on what type of print it is. But that also kind of makes sense. Like, if you have a very recently reprinted version of a very old, valuable card, and the old card was like worth $1,000, but the new card's only worth like a penny, that's a thing that I've seen pop up here and there. And I can't blame them for it. And don't blame me for not coming up with decent content here, because I really have no idea what I'm doing right now. Oh, can I input these? I have a bunch of these weird cards. Does it pop up, though? Bloomborough Art Series. Yeah, it does. Yeah, there we go. I have that card. Except mine isn't signed. I'll fix that later. Simon Dominic. Well, I'll figure that out later. Anyway, so yeah. Along with video gaming, I do occasionally do some card games, a little D&D. Spirit, no, that's not correct. And I just kind of wanted to incorporate a little of everything into the channel. So yeah. I'll try not to make too many pauses here because I know that too many pauses can tend to lead to too many issues in the recording, like the audio and whatnot. Plus, I just want to try and keep you all interested, at least a little bit. Ah, God, I know I'm already failing at this. Mockingbird, where are you bitch? 305? There you are. Jeez. I have so many cards I need to input. This is crazy. I went kind of buck wild when it came to gathering these. I just really love the adorable animal people. It's funny. Probably the most adorable thing in the whole game. Oof, this is definitely going to be one of those episodes we'll have to add some background music to. But that's okay. We'll get to that when we get to it. So, how have you all been doing today? Cutthroat. Yeah, there we go. God. Maybe the gardening music will be good. And who knows, some of you might even remember where that music came from. So yeah, that might be good. Definitely the gardening music. So what I tend to do is I'll input all of the cards into Mox Field here. If any of the cards are worth more than $1, then I will sleeve the cards up and put them in like an extra storage unit to the side. Because, like, I mean, if it's worth more than $1, then it's definitely worth more than what I paid for it. I'm not exactly the kind of collector who will go out of their way to spend millions of dollars on a single card. No, I'm very thrifty when it comes to my collections. Have to be. Otherwise, I would be homeless right now. I wonder how long I can ramble until my microphone fucks up. I guess we'll figure that out when we get there. This is also a great way to just show you all of the cards that I'm currently handling. Oh, alright. So, since I have your attentions all here, I might as well start with, like, I might as well, Shit, I don't know where I'm going with this. Like I said, I have no script for this. I was not planning to do a recording today. Foil. Oh boy. Okay. It is so warm in here. Okay, so I was thinking of recording a birthday video, or 3, since the last birthday videos I made also came in 3 parts. And then after I finished recording those, I was going to try to record... Nice. I was gonna try to record a marathon for all of October. That's really my only recording plans at the moment. Which is one of the reasons why I stopped uploading altogether, because I just can't keep up with the schedule that I want to keep up with. And a large part of the reason is because I have a day job. Well, a night job, more like it. I work midnights. And until I know for certain just how far I plan on going with this channel, I don't want to, like, run the risk of quitting my job and then finding out that I can't really do anything all that much with YouTube all by myself. Because as I've stated multiple times in the past, I'm doing this for fun. I never really considered YouTube being like a valid job option. Though my step-parent has repeatedly told me that I should consider quitting and just do YouTube full-time. I don't know, he seems to think there's money in it, and I don't, so... You've got all of those weird success stories that pop up here and there, but I never really understood the point of it all. Ultimately, I think I just started doing this because I needed a distraction. What, like... what's the word? How that distraction appears, how that comes to be, isn't particularly important in my mind. I just needed a long-term project that I can work on to help me de-stress, to help me focus. And that's what this channel really is, if I'm being honest. I mean, I know that some people make the channels to, like, be job portfolios. I don't know, I might try that at some point. I might try to update the quality of these videos to the point where I can actually make myself presentable for a business. That sounds like it would be interesting. As of right now, I do want to supposedly redo some things that are on the channel, like the Five Nights at Freddy's content. I started that off with a drunken challenge. That didn't end too well. And the quality to some of those videos was really bad. So I want to delete those and then start fresh from the beginning. But by beginning, I don't just mean start like the first game over again. No, I want to do all of the games, or at least all of the ones I can get my hands on. So whatever's on Steam at the moment. That's actually my idea for covering most, if not all, of October. And I know that's probably not a very interesting topic for most people right now. Because, let's face it, who isn't sick of listening to Five Nights at Freddy's at this point? They've got games, they've got movies, they've got books. It's just too much. But, at the same time, I do feel like it's something that I can kind of relate to, at least with the games. I own most of the books. I've read them. They're weird. It's like a modern day Goosebumps. Oh boy. I gotta stop breathing into the microphone. That's what that noise is. Just can't help it though. It's like right near my mouth and nose. It's also super warm in here. Oh my god. When can I turn my fan back on? After the recording, obviously. Ugh. 274. 274. Yeah, there we go. Uh, 120? Yeah, that seems to be about right. Okay, so I am coming up at the end of this first stack, so I am going to take a quick breather. I really need my fan on, but I can't do it while recording. So, yeah. Let's just wrap this portion up. And can I just point out what a raw concept it is? That all of the otters are like wizards and sorcerers. That's just so adorable. And most of the birds are freaking bards. I'm not really sure what I was expecting there. I do think the bats got a bit of a raw end of the deal because they're all like dark, death, evil-looking cards. But they don't really deserve that. They're just a bunch of sky puppies. Playful shiv. God damn, that's a name. Card 161. $220. Looks like you came right out of fucking, Oh, that guy's on fire. Never mind. I was gonna say he came right out of The Hobbit, but... last time I checked, I don't think The Hobbit lit, raccoons on fire. Baker's Bane duo. Yeah, that's the right card. I dropped something. Oh, yeah. Slow, lazy day. Probably would have been more exciting if I actually planned this in advance. But, I mean, I'm gonna work with what I've got. Picking back up where I left off, so I've got an idea for all of October. I've got a vague plan for my birthday, which is in November. And that's about it at the moment. I have some other ideas here and there. I have an idea for for like a random collection of shorts that you will all definitely come to realize when you see them. Definitely something different from what I've been doing with the shorts lately. I'm not very comfortable with what I have planned, but I mean, I'm just gonna have to get over it sooner or later. Some people have actually been asking me about it, but yeah, we'll just get to that when we get to that. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it, damn it. Okay. Alright, all of the cards are in place. But before I reload the page, because that's what's gonna set everything off, wait. Like, starts right there. Just want to see for a moment here. Okay, so Scavenger's Talent. Looks like that's worth something. This is so shallow. I know I shouldn't be doing it like this, but... And a part of me is sorry. A small portion of my being is sorry for tearing my collection apart like this, but especially since I don't like profiting off of my hobbies. Oh my god. It's most... Ugh, I'm getting tongue-tied here. It's the most controversial thing ever. People are always saying stuff like, oh, make your job your hobby, then you'll never be bored of working. But then I come up with this thought process that, no, that's probably the one way to make me the most bored of working. Because at that point, I'm just ruining something I love. Like, because if it's your job, then you're obligated to do it. And why would anyone put themselves through that? At the same time, ooh, fuck. That one card is worth more than the packs I bought to get it? That's surprising. Okay, I will hold on to that then. That shall go into the side pile. Okay. Okay. So... I've lost track of what I was saying. Something about my job. Something about me bitching and whining and complaining. Yes, okay. See how my mind works. This isn't healthy. Okay, so... almost there. Caretaker's Talent. Looks like you're worth something. So I'll put you to the side along with the rest. Um... Definitely gonna have to shorten this video. Just so that we can hurry up and get to all the interesting tidbits. Alright. Everything else is like fucking 50 cents, so... Nice to know, out of that whole stack, I've got 4 decently affordable cards. How depressing. And I have 2 more stacks I have to go through. But I'm not going to subject myself to that at the moment. No. No, at the moment, I want to know why. Why this is signed. Mine's not signed, and it's the exact same card. So, I'll be honest, I'm a little jealous that they got theirs signed. Gotta stop being this way. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna break here for just a moment. I think, hold up, I want to do this. Ouch. That didn't change much. Ah well, I'll make it there eventually. Okay, now I'll break.